understand the call, but I would have liked to see more control. But now we're getting into this 174-pound match against former national champion Levi Haines and senior Danny Braunagel.
Danny Braunagel took an Olympic red shirt with his brother Zach last year. Came back this year for their 6th year in college. It'll be their final as well. His dual record sits at 8-7, and in the Big Ten, he's 4-3. Actually, 7-5 in duels, rather. My apologies. Levi Haines, currently ranked number 2 in the country at 74. He's out of Orantsville, Pennsylvania. Biglerville High School. He's a junior. His record is 12-1 in duels. Currently undefeated in the Big Ten, 7-0. Like you mentioned, champion last year. Danny Braunagel, number 23. He's out of Belleville, Illinois, Althoff Catholic High School. He's a redshirt senior, like I mentioned, 6th year.
Yeah, Levi Haines, 62-3. Won a national title at 157 pounds. Now he's wrestled 174. And his only loss this season is to national champion Keegan O'Toole. So 3 of those losses, I mean, against top opponents. And here he is, Levi Haines, up at 174, trying to extend that lead for Penn State 16-6, but also extend his record to 16-1 on the season. Had a closer match than people thought against Carson Harchla at Ohio State on Friday night. Did a nice job. But the match that really put Levi Haines on the map, in my opinion, was last year against Bryce Andonia. Just had a great match, high-flying match. Throw, and he was down and threw Andonia on his back and got the pin in the 3rd period, and that vaulted him to that first national title.
A little bit of a slow start here in this 174 match. Now Danny Braunagel gets in deep on a right leg single.
He's extended here, though, Tony.
He is flat on the mat, and that's prime stalemate territory there. The official will call it immediately. He got in deep, but right as soon as you sprawl out on the mat on your stomach, there's really nothing you can do.
Yeah, so Levi Haines took a loss, I told you, to Keegan O'Toole, national champion. Then his loss 2 years ago was in the national finals against assistant coach from the Illini, Austin O'Connor. Austin O'Connor beat Haines in the national finals in 23, 6-2. But here he is, Haines, up at 174 in the 0-0 match, with just over a minute to go in the first period against senior Danny Braunagel.
1 minute left here in this first period. Still no points to show for either of these two gentlemen. Penn State currently leading Illinois in points, 16-6. They have the lead in matches, 4-2.
Yeah, and just like Messenbrink, that was the Big Ten Freshman of the Year last year, 2 years prior, Levi Haines was the Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Seems to be a common thing, and there's another Big Ten Freshman of the Year coming up in the next match as well. Nice job by Danny Braunagel, 174 here, 0-0 with 20 seconds to go against two-time national finals and national champ. Here he's on a shot, Tony, with 10 seconds.
Yeah, Levi trying to get around him, get that leg takedown. We've seen that from other Penn State wrestlers today, and there it is. 5 seconds left on the clock. Levi Haines will just lay on top of Danny Braunagel for the last 5 seconds. Danny Braunagel not happy with himself as Levi Haines will take a 3-0 lead into the second period.
Yeah, a little replay here. Once he goes to that waist and that front trip, that's where the takedown takes place. And Danny Braunagel hits his face on the mat, looks at his nose. That's what he was rubbing. The ref was asking. Great job by Angel Rivera to get down there. Levi Haines takes down to start the second period, up 3-0 over Danny Braunagel.
Always a good strategy when you get that late takedown. Take down in the referee's position, go up by 4 points, and that's exactly what he does.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the philosophy is score first and score last. You know, and if you're scoring first right there at the end of the period, you're also scoring last, and that's why Haines is up 4-0 here in this second period. But Danny doing a nice job against Levi.
He's got some work to do now, though, to get back into this match. He started off this match, controlled it for the first about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, but then a Nice single leg shot by Levi Haines, notched him 3 points.
But you know, with Danny Braunagel hand fighting in there, he's got his hands and head and out front with the defense, likes to get in there and brawl. They know that. Haines and Penn State know that about the Braunagels. But Danny doing a great job not letting Levi get to his attacks right now. You know, in some of this too, you know, Danny struggled a little bit early on, but you wrestle a national champ or national finals to a match like this, it can go a long way come 2 weeks for seeding meetings and RPI.
Good defense there by Danny Braunagel. Unable to get that single leg shot and was in a prime territory to get taken down backwards from his knees, but able to avoid it. And now back to some hand fighting for these two wrestlers. 23 seconds left here in the second period. Levi Haines up 4-0. Got a late takedown in the first period, then started the second off by getting out of referee's position.
Let's see if he goes here with 10 seconds to go, tries to score again. Nice little re-attack attempt, but backs off.
And a late shot there by Danny Braunagel, unable to connect. 2 periods down here at 174. The score sits at 4-0 in favor of the number 2 ranked wrestler in the class. The weight class, that is.
Yeah, and only because Keegan O'Toole's there. I mean, you'd be a two-time finalist, defending national champ, and ranked second as a junior. You know, there's got to be someone standing there.
And we did see Keegan O'Toole from Missouri earlier here in Champaign. And so did Danny Braunagel. That wasn't here in Huff Hall, though. That was under the tent out in Lot 31.
Yeah, and Danny wrestled him tough until the last 30 seconds when Keegan O'Toole opened up. But interesting here, I mean, Penn State's so good on top. Haines with that leg in, looking for that crab ride to pull Danny back. Almost had some back points. Danny doing a nice job scooting back, but Haines, interesting position here. Still in control with that leg in. Minute 20 to go here, and Levi Haines, with that leg clip dominating on top, approaching that 1 minute of riding time to open up a 5-0 lead if it stands.
This is just such a difficult position for Danny Braunagel. He doesn't have hold of anything. He's just kind of sprawled out on the ground on all fours. Levi Haines trying to find any angle he can to try to flip him around. And all he's trying to do is just get back to his feet. But can't really do that when you have somebody who weighs 174 pounds just laying all their weight on top of you.
Well, it was interesting. Haines was down there, had the leg clipped, reached back with his right arm to grab the ankle, a move that Zane Rethford and Penn State made so popular, kind of like a bow and arrow type situation for back points. Used more in freestyle, but Zane Rethford made a living at it. And that's what Haines was looking for.
Now the referee says,
right?
Bring up the clock to 54 seconds, please, and they'll do that. Add another second onto the clock. Now Danny up to his feet, but Levi Haines, a slight bust and gets him back down to his ground. Now Danny does a little spin move and able to escape the referee's position. Now 40 seconds left, trying to tie this matchup up with a takedown. Needs to do it before the 14-second mark, or else Haines will get a riding time point as well.
Yeah, Danny looking at the clock, seeing how much time he has left. He needs to go if he's going to make this a match. And as you said, Tony, he'll need 2 takedowns if it goes past 14. He's in on a shot.
There's a good shot, but Haines able to get away. Now Braunagel trying to scramble around, and there it is. That'll be the win for Levi Haines as the clock hits 14.
Clean here at the end. Clean here.
The score sits now at 5-1. Levi Haines gets the decision over Danny Braunagel, if not for a great attempt at trying to tie this matchup up at the end there by Danny Braunagel. Instead, it'll be another 3 points for Penn State.
That's a great showing by Danny Braunagel against Levi Haines in that 5-1 match. Like I said, wrestling 2-time finalist, national champion.